So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So what we have here today is the 2022 Honda Brio RS CVT black top. This is the top of the line version of the Honda Brio, and I've always actually wanted to feature this. Shout out to my cousin who has also one of these in modern steel metallic, everybody's favorite color with Hondas. But thank God I have the orange unit here. So I would like to thank Honda Cars Green Hills, Sir Viel, and Miss Anne for allowing me to review this Honda Brio. And so being the top of the line variant and being a Honda Brio, this is probably the best looking and the most aggressive looking of all the small hatchbacks here. Also, you have a gloss black grille around here and then fog lamps as well for this RS variant. Ground clearance surprisingly is 137 millimeters, which is 3 more than the Honda Civic S. Also, the link of that will be in the description down below. And also standard for this RS variant only is folding side mirrors. You cannot get them in any other variant. My favorite part of the Honda Brio has definitely got to be the rear quarter panel. It just looks bigger than usual. This is kind of, for me, the signature look of the Honda Brio. Also being the black top roof, hence you get a black top roof and a nice spoiler here. And then here at the rear, also looks very good compared to its competition. And also being the RS variant, you get RS badging over here. Fake diffuser for added aesthetics, but it looks good to say the least. And then open the boot up. This is pretty spacious as well for a hatchback. So total space here is 258 liters. And then yeah, the load lip is quite high, but it is a low car anyway. Then you have your space saver donut type tire underneath. And then with all the seats down, you have 710 liters of space. So that's about it in the exterior of the Honda Brio. I'll show you the interior. As well, exclusive for this Brio RS variant, you get side skirts. And then check the door. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad, but definitely the best door tab in its class. And then this is your key. That's kind of hot. And also, what's cool with this Brio RS, there's a very cool chime when you open the door and leave the lights on. But interior here, I have to say, it's pretty good for what this is. Yes, there's plastic here and there, but it's a budget city car, so I don't mind it. But what's nice with this RS variant, you get orange accents all around the window switches. That goes to every door, by the way. And then you have a cubby space and bottle holder on each side. My water jug doesn't fit here in front, but weirdly in the back doors, they do fit. And then there are 2 cup holders just in front of the gear lever, they fit as well. And then one more here in the center. There's no center console box or central armrest here, by the way. And then here on the left side, there's also accents on the air conditioning vent, and then the air conditioning vents as well in the center and in the dashboard. And you get orange accents around in the speedometer. And here on the left side, there's a storage space here. It fits a phone, I guess. And then there are a lot of black buttons here, despite being the top of the line variant. And then steering wheel, it's polyurethane, but there's still nice squish in it. There are no buttons on the right side, but there are buttons on the left side for your infotainment system. Then here in your infotainment system, there's not much to play with, to be honest, and there's no reverse camera, but who needs it? It's a small hatchback anyway. But I have to say, the infotainment system is very crisp enough. The thing is though, it is wrapped in gloss black. As you can see, it's so dirty. And then below that, you have your air conditioning. Then further down below, you have cubby spaces and a 12-volt socket. You can put the phone there if you want. And then your gear lever. There's no manual mode with the CVT, by the way. So I'm very curious on how this drives. So I've never driven a Brio as well, by the way. And then glove box. Okay, that's probably one of the biggest in its class as well. And then manual handbrake here. And what's also nice with this RS variant, you get orange stitching and orange patterns, diamond patterns on all seats. They're just fabric, but there's nice bolt string on them. I mean, look. And then sun visor, they're black. There's only a vanity mirror, there's no light, but it's fine, they don't extend. It's long enough though, but this is just my driving position. Yeah, so that's about here in front of the Honda Brio. It's just basic as you can get, but it is very forgivable because this is a budget hatchback. And also, first impressions on the visibility. The A-pillar is quite large and it's even a far reach. And then visibility out front though, the dashboard is low. You can see out clearly. All the windows here are pretty big despite being a hatchback. Even this, look, it's so big. So with that, I'll show you the rear seats. So here in the rear of the Honda Brio, doesn't sound too bad at all as well here in the back. And then space here in the back, surprisingly, probably one of the most spacious in its class as well. Feet room, leg room, and headroom not too bad, I gotta say. Yeah, the headroom, I'm 5'4", by the way, this is my headroom. But for me, 5'4" and probably 5'8" will still be fine here in the back. And then like in front, you get body colored accents on the windows, switches, and weirdly again my water jug fits here in the back, not in front. And then here the back seats, like in front as well, you get diamond pattern but less of the orange stitching in all the seats here in the back. And then if I sit here in the middle, transmission tunnel is not too wide, you can put your feet up as well, it's not too much in the way. My headroom now, only that much. And then another weird thing, you get 2 map pockets on each side, the driver and passenger side. The Honda Civic S only has 1 map pocket. Anyways, so you also get 1 light here, and also being the RS variant, you get a black headline here. And that's about here in the back of the Honda Brio. Powering this, by the way, is a 1.2 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, unlike most of its competition, that produces 89 horsepower and 110 Newton meters of torque, and is mated to a CVT transmission. Also, curb weight on this is 950 kilograms, on par with the competition. I did notice in the engine bay though, there's quite a gap in the backside of the engine. You can see the floor immediately. So with that, let's go for a dive. So driving the 2022 Honda Brio RS CVT. By the way, there are no official driving modes, but they're just here in the gear lever, the sport and the low gear mode. My first impressions with this, it's pretty good, it's pretty agile. Of course, it's a small hatchback only. It is pretty fun to throw around. And as you can see, NVH. It's not too bad, but you can hear a lot of tire noise. But I completely forgive it since this is a budget hatchback. And then going here, of course, in EDSA being the bumpiest roads here in the Philippines. Okay, it's still comfortable, but you can feel slight jittery and bounciness within the suspension. But it's still no means an uncomfortable car. I mean, I see why this is the top pick of most small hatchbacks, and I can understand now why this is pretty fun to drive. And as you can hear, yeah, I'm only doing what, 45 kilometers per hour. Yeah, the tire noise is quite noisy, just being honest, but it's not an uncomfortable experience, I have to say. And then being in D mode, you can see sometimes the eco flashing up in the speedometer. So let's try sport one and see how this performs. 40 kilometers per hour. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, this is what I like with the Honda CVTs. I keep saying that in every review, they make one of the best CVTs. But one thing I didn't like though with the CVT is there is no manual mode. For this Brio RS and the CTV, that's the only time I encountered this problem so far. I mean, if you're not a sporty oriented driver unlike me, for daily use, it's perfect. I mean, look, 60 kilometers per hour now. It's a good daily, I have to say. I see why my cousin bought one of these in the first place. Shout out to her as well. Because she got, as I said earlier, she got hers in modern steel metallic. I just really wish there was the red, like in the V variant. Also, review of the Brio V coming soon as well, hopefully. Even though you're just in drive, the normal mode, the transmission is still responsive. Of course, sport will be the most fun mode, but the drive itself, it's not too bad. I have a feeling already, unlike the Civic S where there's no manual mode, no paddle shifters, no plus minus here in the gear lever, this will probably scream at the red line. So I'll find that out just in a bit. That's what I like with the Civic S, that even though it's a CVT and there's no manual mode, it will kind of simulate gears. That's what I like about that CVT. This is a surprise for me with this Brio. It is quite peppy. Yes, you get 89 horsepower. I think that's also one of the most powerful in its class, if not mistaken, for its price point. Oh no, sorry, that goes for the Chevrolet Spark. But for what this is, yeah, I gotta say, being a Honda, this handles way better than the Chevrolet Spark. And overtaking is surprisingly easy. From 40 kilometers per hour, now 60 kilometers per hour, the tire noise is consistent. What I mean is, it doesn't get louder even though you're going at higher speeds now. And then brakes, quite a high bite, almost like every other Honda. The brake feel is really, really good. Let's try sport mode now at faster paces. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, it will scream, but at least I'm not in the red line yet. So I was doing 70-80 kilometers per hour, but I was still at 4,500 RPM. At that speed, for comparison only with the CTV, I was already at the redesigned like around 6,500 RPM. That was, just being honest, my experience, it was kind of annoying. That's why I wish there was manual mode. But for this Brio, that wasn't bad. So I assume around 100 kilometers per hour at the national speed limit, it will be around at that RPM, already around almost 6,000 RPM. So I suggest at lower speeds, around 80-60, that's probably the sweet spot of this Honda Brio. I mean, it's still peppy, and then body lean not too much. Of course, it's a hatchback, but I gotta say, it's really fun to throw around. And then going over a pothole, a manhole, soaks them up pretty well. And yeah, this is where the Honda Brio feels at home, here in the city. I see why these are really common in our market nowadays. May manual to, di ba?
Yeah, may manual siya,
Okay.
pero face out na siya.
Face out. So that's the sad part. I was curious on the Honda Brio manual, but sadly it's already been phased out. Yeah, in the city, driving at a bit, I did notice, like, sabi nila if you wanna mash the throttle, the CVT is really responsive. Visibility, yeah, the C-pillar, yeah, that's my favorite part of this Brio, but the C-pillar is kind of large, but I forgive it because this is a small car anyway. They're from a standstill just in eco mode, drive mode. Okay, that's really good. I like this transmission compared with the CTV only, just being honest. Yeah, the ground clearance may seem, the numbers seem low, but going over them is pretty easy. And body lean, yeah, just a little bit is not too bad. And the steering feel, okay, it is really light. There's just little amount of feel with it, but it's no means like to the point it's numb or dead. There's still good feel with it, unlike some of its competition. This Honda Brio is, the handling is its strong suit. This is its trump card. And then try that out the horn. And that's cute. And another trump card of this Honda Brio is its fuel economy. Honda claims around in the city you can get 9 kilometers per liter. And to be honest, I was expecting the infamous 8.4 kilometers per liter that I keep getting here with almost every Honda I've driven. But no, but not too bad with this one. I've been averaging 8 kilometers per liter. And also the price of this Honda Brio, there's been quite an increase. Before it cost 735,000 pesos. If you get this black top, that was only an additional 5,000 pesos. Now this costs 808,000 pesos. That's quite expensive. If you don't want the black top version, it's 798,000 pesos. Yeah, there's a price increase with Hondas recently, but for that price, it's still on par with its competition. So it's not too bad, I gotta say. And here's the faster paces. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad. Really good. So 80-90 kilometers per hour, you're at 5,000 RPM. You're not at the red line at least, but not unlike the CTV. So highway speeds, expect this to be a little bit more quieter than the CTV. Okay, this Honda Brio is really good. So that concludes my review of the Honda Brio RS black top. So I would like to thank Honda Brio Heels again, Miss Rain and Miss Anne for allowing me to review this Honda Brio RS. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future car reviews and more Hondas finally on my channel. Bye bye.